Breathe of the trumpet and loud and free, Jesus is coming again.
You know, I often tell people I had no idea why over 50 years ago, the last year that they passed a law where you could sign yourself out of the Social Security program. I was just a young man. I was passing churches, wasn't making much money, but for some reason or other, well, I know today why God did it. Brought me out of the churches, brought me out of... I actually went to the Social Security and signed out of the Social Security program. That was the last year they allowed anybody to do it, and I took advantage of it. And I remember after 40 years, I watched all these Social Security benefits coming, so I went to the Social Security office. I said, can I sign up? Can I sign up and get I'm 80-some years old. Can I get myself an old age Social Security benefit? And they checked out my number. I still have the original card, the one I got when I was 15. Still got it in my pocket. So they took my number and checked it out and checked my identity and saw who I really was. And they said, sorry, sir, you don't get any Social Security benefits. You signed out, you put nothing in, although I did. I paid taxes all those years, just like I pay taxes now. When I buy food, when I do things, we pay taxes. We're not against taxes. We're against exorbitant taxes. We're against illegal taxes. We're against immoral taxes. Yeah, but we're not against taxes. We're against the way people use the taxes. But we're still going to pay the taxes. We're still going to do it as long as we're able, as long as we can do it. We'll pay the taxes. Jesus paid taxes. Jesus did it. Yes, and one day old Peter jumped in and said, Lord, the tax man's coming. Okay, what should we do? He said, pay him. With what? We ain't got no money. Why, I said, you do have ability, though. What's that? You're a fisherman. Yeah, well, go catch a fish. Yeah, and look in its mouth. You'll find a piece of money. Go pay the taxes. What? One fish? Come on, Peter. Peter said, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, Lord. I'm going to do what you said. I've learned to listen to what you say. So Peter went down to the place where he used to catch fish by the thousands, threw out a line, pulled in the fish. His buddy said, what you doing, Peter? Why, I'm going to catch the fish here, and what are you going to do with that? Well, I'm going to make some money to pay the taxes. What? Come on, Peter. You expect us to believe that? No, not really, but I believe it. Yes, I've often gone through that story. He said to Peter, catch a fish and look in its mouth, and you'll find a piece of money which will be sufficient to pay the taxes. Oh. Peter did it. He obeyed the word of God, paid the taxes. And to this day, folks still can understand, how did that money get in that fish's mouth? And I will tell you again, when Peter caught that fish, he had no idea. That you think that fish out there in the water knew which one Peter was going to catch? Nah, Jesus said, you just catch a fish, any fish. You bring it in, and then you look in its mouth. I'll tell you, when Peter pulled that fish in, there was no money in its mouth. But when he obeyed the commandment, look in its mouth. When he looked in its mouth, he didn't look for a gold piece or $100 piece. He looked for a piece. He said, you'll find a piece of money. You pull that one out, and you take, and it will be sufficient to pay the taxes.